there's a lot of people who are critical of skydiving that have never been skydiving, and it's hard to form an opinion on something if you've never done it. And skydiving is probably the ultimate example of that. It's not like what you could ever imagine that it is until you do it. And then when you do it, you suddenly see it. You know, you might say, you might do a skydive and say, I never want to do that again. It was awesome, but I never want to do it again. But most people say, that was awesome. I just want to go right back up there. I've always been afraid of heights, and I always wanted to, I guess I always wanted to challenge myself in different ways, and being afraid of heights, what better way to conquer that fear than to skydive?
You know, a lot of people think it's crazy. Some people think it's awesome. I mean, it's the whole mixture. You know, I guess more adventuresome people want to do it, or a lot of people say bucket list. So it's a little bit of everybody, many different ways to think about it. And until they try it, they won't know, though.
Do you actually think before you go skydiving?
It's a weird thing, because when I'm on the plane, the nerves are building up, and I'm very nervous. And when I get to the door of the airplane, it's go time. That's the point. And then when I exit, it just feels so good. It's like, why was I even nervous?
So, like, what's that?
I think a lot of people think it's crazy, but when they do it, when they actually go up there and they see what it's like, and they exit the aircraft and they feel it, it totally changes their perspective. It's the most fun thing you could ever do.
So,
oh goodness, everything. There's so many different disciplines, so many different things to do, instructing or fun jumps, belly flying, head down, sit flying. There's so many things to work on that, I mean, it's hard just to pick one.
I don't think skydiving is dangerous at all.
why?
Statistically, there's driving down the street is more dangerous. Riding a motorcycle, kayaking, skiing. There's so many things that are more dangerous. It just happens to get a lot of publicity because people think it's dangerous, and it's not.
I had my accident on my 11th jump, and like I said, it was just I wasn't going to let it whoop me. When I came into land, I was still a student. I had a radio on, and the instructor tells me when to flare, when to hit the brakes, and I flared before he told me to. I was too high, and I should have rode it out, but I didn't. I backed off, and when I did, I dropped and dislocated my left ankle and broke my left leg. So, can be, but they make it as safe as they possibly can, and if everybody follows the rules and does what they're supposed to, usually everybody gets to go home. You know.
So, like, what's
Laying on a mattress, like a bed. It's a force, it's just air, but it's still pushing against you. And it'd just be like you're laying on your belly on a mattress, in a way. You know, the mentality is quite a bit different, but that feeling, that force, but a soft force.
or like anything?
Yeah, usually if they say crazy, I think that means more dangerous, and why would you do something like that? You know, awesome would be like, yes, I want to do it. You know, sometimes money can be an issue, but, you know, that's danger. For me personally, I consider motorcycles more dangerous. Since I've been doing it so long, it's just another way to fly.
These are like people on the board.
13's on the board at 69. Okay. Lance, 13 is on the board.
Parachutes are equipped with several safety features, 2 parachutes, several onboard computers, but at the end of the day, it'll always come back to training. Being properly trained, relying on that training, and never stop training, and to always be in the mindset of safety. Safety first and always. The friends, the people that you jump with, the people that you hang out with. People come from all walks of life, and they all come here, and regardless of what you are in the outside world, here you're a skydiver, and that's all that really matters. Enjoyable jump was the jump that I made, and then when I landed, my wife landed right next to me, and I asked her to marry me right out the drop zone.
Oh, that's sweet.
Try it. Try it. There's no other way to know if you're ever gonna like it until you try it. It's like gay sex, you know.
So, do you want to add anything? Like,